Hey everyone, welcome to Unit 8. We're going to start out by sketching views of objects. I'm just going to point your vision right here to the quick review. We're going to be looking at front, top, and side views of an object, which can be drawn by looking at a model or an isometric drawing. So the model is right here to the right of this. This is how we would be drawing the model of a 3D object. And then, of course, an isometric grid is what we would see right here and down here below to the left of my picture. All right. Some of the key things we need to keep in back of our mind when we're doing the quick review is that the front, top, and side views of this model can be drawn by rotating the model in order to look at views directly. Now, unfortunately, we can't be doing any type of rotating of the models at all as we're not in the classroom actually using the 3D models. Now, if you happen to have some of these 3D little cubes at home, they work out great. Even Lego blocks, the small little 2x2 Lego blocks work good. But other than that, we're just going to have to try and visualize this. So the first thing I want to just discuss with you that's in this red box right here is it says, when we draw different views of the object, we want to draw the front view first. So right here, right above me right here is the front view. And that's just a two little block view right there. So there's the first block and the second block. So we draw the front view first. Then we place the top view above the front view and the side views. So we do the front view, then the top view, and the left and right side, or sometimes they're called the side views. Now, I also want to point out that there's broken lines. They show how the views align. So these broken lines right here at the top of these little red arrows, they indicate how they align. Now, you don't always have to include these broken lines. You can just have them equally spaced. For example, these are 1 dot apart on each side. They're also 1 dot apart on the top right here. If you do happen to put them 2 dots apart, then you have to also do the top 2 dots apart and the bottom. Oftentimes, the grid paper that I'll be supplying for you digitally will not allot for that. So you'll have to have the 1 dot there. I also want to point out that the internal line segments are used to show changes in depth and thickness. So these little arrows right here where it shows depth of thickness. Right here, looking down from above, it's just a key term here if we were to actually build this. This line right here that I have just in the top left-hand corner of my picture indicates there's actually something else below that. So it's like stacked on top of one another. And that just indicates that there's a depth to it. Also in the front, when we're looking at the front video, this also shows a little bit of depth as well. Because if we're looking at through this front right here, there's 1, 2, 3 blocks. And on top of the third block, there's another one right there. But I just want to point that out. You'll also notice that the internal line segments on the front and top views that show the changes in depth. Since there are no changes in depth in the two side views, because we're just looking at the flat side of these, there are no internal line segments. All right. Now, when we're looking at an isometric drawing of an object, you can build a model, then draw the different views. And as I said, it's going to be really hard to build the model. I think for the most part for this section in the next couple lessons, I'll be giving you what the model looks like, and then you're going to have to be drawing it digitally within the formative. And I'll show you how to do that using the line tool and using the digital paper as best we can. So it's not an art project, but we do have to keep in mind that we want to draw the front first, then the top, then the left and right side. Left and right side doesn't matter which one you draw first, but we do also have to make sure we keep in mind, as per this one that's on the isometric dot paper. Isometric dot paper, of course, if you didn't know, allows us to draw three-dimensional images just a little bit better. And I will have the three-dimensional dot paper for you, and I'll include it in the formative, so it just makes it a little bit easier, and we'll have to use the line tool as best we can. All right. Again, from this object down here below, we have the front, the top, and the right side. So again, we would draw the front view, and you're going to have to try and visualize this being at the front. And then you're going to have to look from the top, you're going to have to kind of visualize looking down on top of it as best we can. All right. If you have any questions at all, I will be sending out this video here right away and just a quick link to the formative so we can get started. Talk to you soon.